Hello, welcome. My name is Kwabena. Welcome. Tonight, I want to share with you life principles. Please subscribe to this channel. Share the channel with your friends and family. It's about entrepreneurship. It's about business. It's about personal development, financial education, the right African history to build the right African dignity and identity. So tonight, I want to share, as I said, life principles. Life, generally, is understood and lived by the principles of life. Many people live them, but they have not been really constructively or intentionally taught to live life out of principles. And so everything that we do, the ones that we get results in consistently, the ones that we've been taught rightly, by the custodians of knowledge, because there is always, in every field, there are custodians of the truth in that field. And life as it is, there are people who have studied it. You see, the thing about life is that most people think it's an opinion. So, this is your opinion, this is my opinion. I accept opinions in terms of games and sports and things that are very trivial. But when it comes to life and how it is lived, we are better off if we understand the principles in terms of everything that we do. For instance, if you bake bread, there are principles, there are measurements, there are ingredients that they use. You cannot just use your opinion to say that this is what I think. Then you will not get the required results. If you build houses, for instance, you can't just say that this is what I want to do it. When they say the strength of this particular iron rod should be this, then you must know. If they say that this is the way, this is how the measurement should be, you cannot just say that no, that's not my opinion, I don't believe it. Then you have problems. Then you have the building collapse. Then you have wrong foundation, and when the foundation is wrong, everything else that is built on it is wrong. So some of the principles that we all should know is that there is a principle called truth. Build your life around what is called truth. You must know that if your life is well lived and fulfilled when you live out of truth. Out of truth. If you say yes, it's yes. If it's no, no. And you are always seeking what is the truth. This microphone is here. We can debate it, we can argue it, we can come up with all kind of arguments, but the bottom line is that the microphone is here. So the truth is that the microphone is here. The same with every aspect of life. And the truth, there is truth in everything. There's a truth in how you organize your life as an individual, the destiny that you want to live, the decisions that you make, the purpose that you want to live your life with. What is it that you are made of? The talent. What is it that you are good at? That is the bottom line. If you're not able to identify yourself with a particular reason, the reason you think you were born here, the things that you're very good at, the things that you can change other people's life with, what is it that you can inspire people with? That then becomes a unique thing about you. Is it politics? Is it maybe religion? Is it academics? Is it business? Is it people that you can teach? What is it that you're good at? Is it cooking? Anything that you're good at, God gifted you. And you must find out that truth about yourself and live with it. That's at that point that you live a fulfilled life. Most of us just live life according to what the academics they gave us, the school they gave us. So we were born and then they sent us to school to become doctors, engineers, and that's it. So most people don't live their life according to the divine, according to what and why God created them. And that's why most people live only to look for money and power and prestige in society, and they are not fulfilled because they don't live life according to the truth, the reason you were born here. And when you find it, you know that you are always, in spite of all the challenges of life, in spite of all the difficulties, in spite of everything, the oppositions that come against you, when you are in connection, when you are in direct link or sync with destiny, with what you were born, you are always fulfilled. So there's something they call love as well. Life is nothing conquers love. If you're a person of pure heart, and you do things out of love, nobody has benefits more than you. So that's another principle of life. And there are other principles. For instance, when it comes to money, there are principles on money. If you don't learn them and practice them, then you are going to have problem with money. Some people believe that they have to cheat, lie, and even kill to get money. Some people think that, you know, they will never get money because they will think that they were born without it. Money moves things in this world. So the world runs on money. You must have some, and you must study it. If you don't study it, then it will be difficult for you to have it. So for instance, marriage and family, there are principles, there are laws that are required for you to have a successful one or not so successful one. And so the more closer you are to the truth, the better you are to get the results. So a lot of the times when you look at the results and they are that frustrating, it's so likely that you are that much far from the truth in that particular field. So my name is Kwabena. I'm talking about life principles. So the moment you're able to identify principles that govern life, your life will be so much lived out of fulfillment and out of sense of destiny. You know, and it does not really matter. Some people believe that they must move out of their country, especially those of us in Africa. We believe that we must move from here and go and find success somewhere. Those things are not so much necessarily true. Unless there is a war somewhere in your country, every one of us can be successful wherever we are. The main thing that we have to find are the life principles, the principles that govern life. And once we find them and we train them, we train on them, or we train with them, and we live with them, we practice them. It takes time sometimes, but eventually we will build the life that we want. We will build the life that we so desire, because then we are living life out of the principles that most people, timeless principles of life. And these are truth, love, purpose, you know, giving, helping other people, learning skills, going after knowledge, you know, going after understanding, always learning, becoming better. Because knowledge is light. If your knowledge is weak, your light is weak, and then life becomes frustrating. You know, so the more we learn, the more we upgrade ourselves, the more we find the principles of life. Life is lived out of principles, and most people don't know that. Most people are not even aware of that. They think that it's just by chance. That today, especially those of us in Africa, a lot of things that they have taught us, never live. Life is not lived out of your control. Don't just believe that, you know, there is some power somewhere that controls everything. A lot of the things that happen in this life, they are controlled by human beings. You know, because those human beings who are in line with these principles then will be that much powerful. And for me, the greatest force is these principles. These principles, finding them and living them. They protect us more than any other thing. For instance, I take car from here to Kumasi. They have given us speed limits on the road. If I go by those speed limits, you know, it's so likely that I will be safe. So likely, not 100%, but so likely. Now, some people are not aware at all, so they just go anyhow. They don't follow. They don't check the car engine. They don't check the tires. The road is bad. They don't check. They go over speed. Some of them will drink, and then there is an accident. Accident is always out of somebody's negligence. It's yours or mine. You know, so that's why it's called an accident. But people who don't understand life out of principles will say that, you know, somebody somewhere is trying to take my life, and there is so much out of there is so much that happens, they think, out of their control. That's why some people give up on themselves, because they think that some power somewhere, some spirit somewhere is more powerful, and they're trying to decide what happens to them. It is easier. Life is far easier when you find these principles of life, and a lot of them are within our control. Our decisions, our choices, and the way we learn, we continue to upgrade ourselves. So everything that you want to build, everything that you want to do, everything that you're doing that you're not happy with, try to find out the principles, the core principles that operate in that particular field. And the earlier you find them, the better you become with getting the results, the desired results. The farther you are from those principles, the more trouble that you have in you trying to get the results. And that's why a lot of human beings, all of us, we make a lot of mistakes, because we start without knowing these principles. And so we are doing it. We take a lot of choices, a lot of decisions, we take actions, and then we are getting close, you know, to we move trying to find solutions. Then, you know, mistakes will happen. Why? Because we didn't start with the right principles. The moment all these errors and mistakes are only pushing us to a stage where we become so much informed with the principles that guide them. And life that is lived out of this is less, people don't become fearful, because then the only thing that overcomes fear is darkness. The only thing that overcomes fear is what? Is knowledge. It's light. And the more knowledge that we have and we practice, the better that we live. So my name is Kwabena. I'm talking about life principles. Some people will live their life without setting any goal at all. They don't have anything that they live for. They just hope that tomorrow will come and things will be better. They don't set goals that stretch them. As a matter of fact, those who become great in this life, they set goals that make them appear like they are crazy. Their friends will not agree with them. Their family members will not agree with them. As a matter of fact, if your friends and family people agree with you on everything, it means you're average, or it's so likely that you're poor. You're poor. You struggle with life. If everybody around you agrees with you, if all your friends from primary school to everybody agrees with you, the more they disagree with you, I think the closer you are to your greatness. Because most people find life, they don't want conflict, they want comfort, they want fun, they want football. Go to social media and see the things that get people's attention are what? Those things that will never push them into responsibility, the things that will not push them to go after their dreams, to do something greater beyond themselves and for the next generation, things that will change lives. Most of us, in all countries, you see, politicians, they're attracted to comedy and music. Everybody is attracted to sports and things like that. But the very things that will change, the critical things that people face, those things have very little attention. Why? Because they require responsibilities. They attract traction. You must push to change things. And most people just hope that things will change. So life principles, the more you find them, the happier you live, the more successful you become, and the more content you are with your life. If you don't find them, if you're not happy, if you're just greedy person, you're not happy with your life, it's so likely that you are very far from a lot of these principles. So find them. Once you find them and you practice them, and one of the